Hey, I'm Tamika. So I'm
Hiya.
a young person, senior leader in North Ely, and we've obviously agreed to ask you questions, and you're gonna answer about your business.
Yeah.
Yes, we have a few questions for you. Um, so are you ready? Yeah. How
Yeah.
are you?
Yeah.
Okay. So the first question is, so tell me a bit about yourself and your business.
Okay, so my name is Meg. I'm 27 and I'm from Cardiff. So I'm just going to take this out because it's like a bit of muffling noise. I don't know if you can hear the same muffling noise.
No,
It's
I
like
can't.
when you speak, it goes away, but when you don't, it's like really like sounds like we're by the sea. But yeah, so my name's Meg. I'm 27. I'm from Cardiff, and I kind of like did the traditional route of going to school, going to uni, got quite a good job after uni,
Yeah.
and then I decided that I didn't want to do that, and I wanted to start up my own business, which is kind of
Yeah.
like where my brand was born. My business is called Pethau, which means things in Welsh, and I sell like a variety of things, from like homeware to gifts to clothing and accessories. But as I'm taking the business forward, I think I'm going to just focus on accessories. And my target market is between 16 to 30.
Oh, that's very creative, that is. So, like, what gave you the idea to start your own business?
So I'd always been thinking about it. So I left uni and then I went straight into like the fashion industry in
Yeah.
Cardiff. And it's a very small industry in Wales. There's not many other fashion places other than this one place I work, which is Peacock. And I just felt like that. So I was thinking, what can I do? Like, I want to stay in this sort of space, like fashion and things like that. And so I left the fashion industry to go for steel works, like totally different thing. So I decided, right,
Oh, you cut out a bit.
oh, sorry, hello.
Oh, yeah, I hear you now. It cut, sorry.
Yeah, so I was working in the steelworks after the fashion industry, and I thought the only way for me to stay in Wales and get back into that industry is to like, make my own business. So I decided to set up like a side business, called MS Company, that, and I was just selling clothes. And then I eventually shut that down and started that side. But I kind of always knew that I wanted to start my own business.
Yeah.
I knew that I just didn't like being told what to do. I didn't like having a boss. I hated the 9 to 5. I prefer to like chill in the morning and do maybe a little bit more at night things. And the way
Yeah.
to create that for me was to start up my own business.
Yeah, something you're more comfortable with.
Yeah.
So obviously, when you're starting your business, you're gonna find things. There's gonna be challenging things along the way. So, what were the main things you found that were challenging when setting up your business?
I think the biggest challenge for me was money, because I'd quit my job, so time wasn't an issue. I had all the time in the world.
Yeah.
But obviously, I wasn't earning an income. When you're first starting out, you're literally all you're doing is spending money all the time to try and like find the right product on marketing and things like that. So for me, the biggest challenge of the last year is like being okay with being in debt and just like, yeah, trying to get as much money in, doing those different things. Like, and I had to like get a part-time job in a shop. So like in my eyes, I had to like leave my ego aside and think, right, I'm going to go back to working in a shop part-time so that I
Yeah.
could pay the bills. And yeah, it's really trying to get the money. And I hate accounting and things like that. So I had to like go and get an accountant, and like that was all like I actually felt like an adult for once. So that was probably the biggest challenge. Another challenge well for me is like being on your own.
Yeah.
I'm a bubbly, chatty person. I'm used to being around loads of people in all the offices that I used to work in, and it was like, okay, I'm on my own now.
Yeah.
So those are like the two main challenges. Is one, you can't really go and ask your colleague for help because you don't have any. Um,
Yeah.
and you're also like really trying to find money to pay the bills. You need to try and find money to pay for the business. So it's all about trying to look at grants and things like that, to be able to fund yourself really. So
Yeah.
those are like my two main challenges.
Damn. So you've been through a lot. You've been through a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That.
definitely.
So, if there's like a young person who wants to start their own business or has an idea to start one, what would your advice be to someone who wants to start their own business?
So I think going back to my challenge of like being on my own, one of the ways I overcome that challenge was I like looked to what help can be. So I think if a young person wanted to start their own business, then they should go online and see what help's available. So as I mentioned earlier, like I went through the Prince's Trust. So if your age is between 18 and 30, you can go onto their enterprise program and they will offer you like so much help. So they helped me write my business plan. They helped me come up with a cash flow. Like I said, I don't like numbers, but they made it so easy. So definitely look for help. Look at the Prince's Trust. So they operate in England and Wales. And then a lot of the Welsh government, they want to try and get stay in Wales. So you can look at like Business Growth Wales, who will also help young people get business plans that are similar to the Prince's Trust. A little bit more help with the trust. Thank you.
Oh, you cut out again.
Oh, hello. Am I back?
Yeah.
Sorry, I don't know if it's these headphones or what, but seems to sound like muffly when I'm talking. But yeah, so Business Growth Wales, they're probably not as helpful to young people as the Prince's Trust. Not that they're not helpful, but the Prince's Trust do focus on the young people, so it's a more in-depth course. And then yeah, so that's one advice that I would say: go look for help. My second bit of advice is so much. Oh, can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can.
I don't know whether to take out these headphones to see if it would be better, but I don't want to risk. Let me try.
Sorry.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah. Okay, I hear you.
Is it clear?
It's all right. I can still I can understand you.
Okay, because I think these headphones, they might be a little bit dodgy, so I'll put them down. I need to buy myself a new pair. But yeah, so my like three main bits of advice is obviously what I said earlier about the Prince's Trust and Business Growth Wales. I'm also on the NatWest Accelerator course. I think you need to kind of be a little bit more established to get onto that. But saying that, they do take on startups as well. And they're really helpful. So every week we have meetings and they go through your business and things like that. It's really in depth for six months. So that's another thing that can help. And then the second bit of advice I'd say is like go online. So obviously we're so lucky to live in this digital age where we can do things like this. We can have lots of meetings online. There are so many like Facebook groups available to entrepreneurs and people who are starting up their own businesses. You just got to type them in and look for them and join them and start networking really. And that's kind of like what I did. I used all the help that I possibly could online. I knew I needed to start advertising, so I went on Google and just taught myself everything about online advertising for like a whole month. I didn't like leave my room, but this was all free and readily available to me online. So go and get help from like what you can, so like the Prince's Trust, Business Growth Wales, NatWest. Go online and see as much, like really think outside the box of how being online can help you. Yeah. And then my third bit of advice was literally just go for it. I literally think everyone should just go for it. I mean, you'll never fail, because even if like your business doesn't succeed, it's not exactly a failure, it's a massive lesson. Yeah. And those skills can be transferred over to any career, because when you are starting up your own business, you wear all these different hats. So you might start your own business and think, oh, well, I really enjoyed marketing my business, so I learned all these skills, and then you could go and get a job in that. So I just feel like everyone should just try and go for it. I mean, ideally, if you had a part-time job or a full-time job and did it as a side business, it would help the finances massively, especially when you're starting from scratch and not everybody has like family who can help them. I don't. I wish I did. But yeah, so just to go for it, definitely. There's nothing to lose. There's so much information online that can help. So yeah, and try not to wait till it's perfect. Because I think if people think about starting up a business and they always wait until it's perfect, they might not ever start, because it'll never be perfect.
Yeah, I see what you mean. And as you're saying about the advertising, let's talk about that topic. So I know social media can obviously help you to get your business out there. So how did you go about promoting your business through social media, and how did that help you?
So I think I probably wouldn't have a business without social media. Like, that's how powerful it is. I honestly don't know how I would actually have a business without being online, because the cost of renting a shop is so expensive.
And
Exactly. So the fact that we can do it online, I mean, I pay £25 a month for my website. That is so cheap.
yeah.
And like, there's not that much risk involved in that then. But so I'm quite into social media anyway. I like Instagram. It was like more of a hobby for me rather than a chore, because I know a lot of people don't like Instagram. But I think it's important that you get to know your own Instagram before you get someone else to manage it, because it's good to know what works for you and what works for your brands. But Instagram has been a massive one. So I just used apps like Planoly. I don't know if you've ever heard of that app.
No.
It just lets you kind of like upload all your photos and move them around so that they look pretty on your grid. And that's something that I really like doing. So I don't know if you've seen my shop on Instagram. It's all like pink and pale blues and pale greens. Yeah, so just getting a little theme going, because you want to have that brand. So yeah, Instagram is massively important. It's a very hard platform to understand if you've only just started on it. But what's that? Sorry, my network is poor apparently. Can you hear me okay?
Mine was lagging.
Yeah, sorry. But yeah, so Instagram has been amazing, and I've just like started on TikTok because I feel like quite a lot of my demographic are on there, and it's like super fun. So
TikTok is a good way to promote your stuff, because within a second you can just go viral with it.
Exactly. And like, I was doing my personal one, like just messing around, and I've got like 58,000 followers on my personal TikTok now.
That's amazing.
And the amount of opportunities I've had from TikTok is actually crazy. So like, I've had paid work with S4C, paid work with BBC, all from TikTok. So I think it's really a good platform to start looking at. But yeah, so I've been trying to do like fun little videos for the business on TikTok. They haven't gone as viral as the ones where I'm just doing them for my personal use, but I think you could probably slip your products into your personal one and try and do something that way. But yeah, Instagram's been the main one for me, and like email marketing is such a good way to keep in contact with your customers. It goes straight into their emails. The chances of them opening it are quite high if you're organised with your emails. So that's always a good source of revenue, is through your emails. Instagram is the one, but I feel like Instagram stories are a lot better. You can kind of connect with your customer a little bit more. You can use the polls. You can do, if you've got a new product coming, you can literally put it on your Instagram and say, which one would you rather, A or B? And people will tell you what they want. It's crazy, because like, you would never have had that years ago. So social media is like so important, I think, if you're going to start, even if you've got a bricks and mortar business or you've got a service-based business, people will find you through social media. They want to check that you're online. You don't want to buy something from someone who doesn't have an Instagram account, because it's just like, well, is this legit? They don't have Instagram.
Yeah,
exactly. So yeah, I think just start an Instagram. Again, with my advice, just go and start it, and you'll eventually find what works for you, what time is best to post, and how often you need to post, and things like that. But yeah, Instagram for me, it's kind of like the hub of my business.
Yeah, that's good. And obviously, but sometimes with social media, that you can have a negative side to it when promoting it. So was there anything negative you've come across when using social media to promote your business?
There have been a few things. I think I was promoting some artificial plants, and it, like, to me it sounds ridiculous, but there are people out there who it really did offend, and they were annoyed that I was promoting artificial plants rather than real plants, and someone left like a negative comment. You would never think something like that would happen.
Yeah.
But I think you can't please everyone, and you won't please everyone. You've really got to just get your customer in your mind and try and please that customer. And what I did, I just jumped straight on it and apologised and just said that we're a small business. I don't have the capacity to run a business with real plants. I have no expert. I'd probably kill them all if I did. But yeah, I think sometimes you do get people commenting. I think it's just about jumping straight on that, replying, showing that you're an active business, that you do care about their opinions. But you know, not everyone's opinion will be able to fit into your business and your brand. But yeah, I think as I get bigger, I'll probably experience it a little bit more. But I see it as a good thing, because the more sort of negative things that you get early on, the more quick you can sort of just jump on it.
Yeah.
I also run like a fashion page as well, and I do feel like I didn't really get much hate on there either, but I do know lots of people do. But one thing I would say is, if it really does affect you, turn off the comments. Like, it's not worth having comments on there. Turn off your comments. You can also do like a comment filter. So if someone uses the word hate quite a lot, you could filter out the word hate, so then you'll never see that comment. But I know it can have quite a negative effect, but looking at the past year, some of the powerful things that have come across on social media have been incredible. So it's kind of like, if personally it's not for you, then maybe you should look at changing it, or turning comments off, or going onto a different platform and just trying to find something that does work. Because with a business, I think you do need to be on there. But it's just about how you cope with negativity on there.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, that's right. Thank you anyway for joining us and answering these questions, taking time out of your day, and hearing what you've been through, from the challenges to the advice you've given us. Like, you've been good. So yeah, I just wanted to say thank you for answering those questions and being here. And that covers all the questions I have.
Amazing. So if you need help or any advice, then just drop me a DM on my Pethaw account, which is PETHAW, and I'll be happy to help. Like, it's fine. I'm literally always in my DMs, like, giving advice and things. I just actually love helping people. So yeah, any more questions that you've got along the way, then let me know. And if you do think about starting up a business, just go for it.
Just drop you a message. Yeah.
Amazing.